In this video, I'm going to teach you a card trick that doesn't even need a deck of cards. Seriously, all you do is you ask the spectator to name a card. There are no forces, it is 100% a free choice. Let's say they go for the Four of Hearts, just as an example, but they can go for any card. With that piece of information and without a deck, trying to film a video, man. Okay. In this video, I'm going to teach you a card trick that doesn't even require a deck of cards. Hi mate, I'm actually filming a video right now. I'm filming a magic tutorial. Is it okay if you call me back in about half an hour? Is that alright?
Alright, I'll tell you later.
Alright, no worries, bye.
Oh wait, 1 second. Are you on speaker?
Yep.
Can I talk to the person you're doing the magic to?
The camera, yeah?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Your card is the Four of Hearts.
What? How? He's hung up on me. He's hung up on me. That is literally the card I just said. What? Oh my god, I got that on camera. What? Okay, I'm leaving this in. That was one of my magician friends right there. I swear to God, I just started filming to do this tutorial, and he has called up out of the blue. He lives in America, I don't know what time, and he's just got the card right. Man, oh my, what? How the hell did he, I didn't even like take out the deck or anything, what? No, that has freaked me out, that. What the heck? Alrighty, how's it going guys? Welcome back to the studio and to another tutorial, and today I'm going to teach you a super impressive card trick that starts out like an any card at any number and turns into something unlike anything your audience will ever have seen. A really practical go-to card trick that can be done without a deck of cards. You might remember that not long ago I made a video called Magicians, Time to Quit Card Magic, which was a very dramatic title for a video in which I talk about whether playing cards are a good prop to use, or whether some spectators just consider cards to be a magician's prop and not an ordinary object. Because let's face it, some spectators might think that, and although we consider playing cards to be a good thing to use, maybe spectators just think of them as a magician's item, and therefore not that impressive that you're doing a trick with it. And also, when magicians think about their go-to trick, a lot of magicians pick a card trick, right? Because they're always carrying a deck of cards with them. Card magic is a really, really versatile and widely accepted form of magic, and so it's an obvious go-to. But that also raises the question, why have you got a deck of cards with you? In a way, it looks like you're too prepared. A spectator, you know, if they ask to see a trick and immediately pull out a deck of cards, it's kind of like you were expecting that, and is there something up with the deck? Why have you got a deck of cards with you? That's not a normal thing for the average person to carry. I know, as magicians, we always carry cards, right? And that's kind of accepted, but normal people don't, and that's something we need to be aware of, that pulling out a deck of cards in a random situation is a little bit weird. So today, I thought we'd shake things up a bit, and I'm gonna teach you a card trick that doesn't need a deck of cards, which is such an unusual thing, right? All card tricks need the actual physical prop there, but this one doesn't. This one, they literally just think of a card, and then you are able to do a trick with that. It is something that is an ultimate go-to, because it uses playing cards, right? It uses that widely accepted form of card magic, but without the weirdness of having to pull out the actual prop. You just do a card trick without the deck, and if you could do real magic, that's probably close to what you would do. This trick uses a phone, and you're gonna need an Android phone for this, but there is an Apple alternative. So if you're an Apple user, an iPhone user, don't groan too much, although an Android is the preferable way. I am sorry about that, but There's a lot of tricks that can only be done with iOS and a lot of apps that only work on iOS, so let the Android users have this one. And there is an alternative, which I will cover, so don't worry too much. So I'm gonna do a demonstration of it, and then I'm gonna dive into the practicalities of how to perform this. Okay, I just finished filming the intro that you just saw at the start of this video, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And it's essentially an adapted version of the trick that I'm going to teach you. Adapted in the sense that I sort of strung it together as if I'm filming the intro and I get interrupted by the phone call, and then the phone call knows the card that I was just talking about. But you can adapt this to your own situations. In the middle of a card trick you're performing, suddenly your phone goes off in your pocket, you apologise to your audience, bit embarrassing, you answer it, and the person knows the card that the spectator has just named. You don't even need a deck of cards, you don't need anything. They just name a card, and within minutes, within seconds, that card is said by the person on the other end of the phone. It's a freaking miracle. You might think that I'm being big-headed talking about how brilliant this trick is, but it's not my trick, so I'm allowed to be. I have got permission from a very talented creator called Itai Levi, who has created a number of different magic apps that are absolutely brilliant, I've spoken about in previous videos. And this is a magic app, and in my opinion, this is the best of his work so far that I've seen, although this guy, I'm sure he's going to come up with some amazing stuff in the future, so keep that name in your minds, Itai Levi. This guy is a genius. This is a playing card prediction in a phone call, and it looks so realistic. It genuinely fooled me the first time I used it, because I actually thought my phone was ringing. It perfectly mimics the look, the sound, even the feel. It vibrates as if it's a real phone call, but you are inputting the information of what the phone call is going to say. Now yes, if you're sitting there and you're an iPhone user, this is not currently available on the Apple App Store as far as I'm aware. This is a Google Play app, but even as an iPhone user, just knowing about these methods, just appreciating these methods, I think this is a thing of beauty and something that more people need to be aware of. Obviously, I'm going to link it down in the description if you want to go ahead and download it and use the hell out of it. I've had this on my phone for a few months now, and I've used it numerous times just as a go-to trick. I think it's one of those rare tricks that genuinely feels like a moment of magic. Like, not that you've orchestrated this grand trick, but that something has happened that neither of you can explain. Getting to the app itself then, when you first open it, you're going to be faced with this screen. Start trick, options, and tutorial. If you click on options right in the middle, you have the option to change the ringtone, the name of the person who's calling. You even get a little transcript of what the other person is going to say, just so that you can rehearse and fill in your bits. There are so many customizations to make. As a little Easter egg, I've put the name of the caller as Mike, just as an Easter egg to myself. So mainstream Mike calls me up. You can change the ringtone and the language even. If you go back onto the main screen and click Start Trick, you then have 3 more options: Start, Quick Start, and an excuse for leaving, which is a new feature that isn't fully finished yet, but that is going to be interesting when it comes around. I'm looking forward to seeing what that is. We're going to click on Start, and then once again you have more customizations. We have the amount of time it takes for the first call to come in, which I've set as 30 seconds, but if I want that to be longer, if I want the break to be a bit longer, like in the middle of a trick, I might set it to 60 and apply that. You also have, if declined, call again after, and then the amount of time. So you can decline the call as much as you want. You can decline it numerous times, and then when you eventually pick up, it will still do the card reveal. So you can sort of look at it and go, oh, decline, carry on with the trick. It rings again, oh, for God's sake, decline, carry on with the trick. When it rings a third time, you can finally go, okay, sorry, I'll see what he wants. It must be urgent. And then you can answer it and go straight into it. That is amazing. So if we press continue, now you're onto the card to force thing. So you can go through all of those options, have your phone open on this screen. So let's say they go for the 5 of hearts. I tap 5, then it comes up with the suits. I tap hearts. 1 second later for me, because I've set it to 1 second, this happens. I can decline. If I decline, I know that 5 seconds later, it's going to ring again. It's all just so brilliant. I can answer it this time, and then the conversation just runs. I don't need to do anything. The conversation just happens by itself.
Your card is the 5 of hearts.
5 of hearts. And then it just hangs up. It just hangs up. It closes the app right down. It is genius. And there we have it. That is it for this video. Whoa, 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 not quite. I haven't explained how you can do this on an iPhone. So if you do have an iPhone, this is what you do. Step 1 is set a timer and set the noise that the timer makes as a phone ringtone. This way you can start the timer, put it in your pocket, and then after that elapsed time, your phone will go off in your pocket. Step 2 is to make a voice recording. You can get a friend to do this, or you can do it yourself and put on a voice, although I really recommend getting someone else to do this and have half a conversation. You can work through this and you can customize the conversation as well, which is a huge bonus. If you want this to be any card and a free choice, you'll need to come up with 52 voice notes and have the voice note app open on your phone so that you can scroll through them and pick the correct one in the act of turning off the timer. So it would be phone goes off in your pocket, you take it out, you stop the timer, but in the act of doing that, you also start the correct voice note. It's just as powerful. The only downside really is that you can't show the phone screen and it look like a phone call, and you also can't decline the call. So there are pros and cons. So there we go, that is how to create a similar effect using an iPhone. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to click the thumbs up button down below on your way out. I know it can be easy to forget, but it really helps the channel out. And if you are new to the channel and you like magic, or you're a magician, or you want to be a magician, then consider subscribing, stick around on the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video.